Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing Disney Villain Battle Royale. Real quick before we get into the video, I just wanted to hop on real quick because you guys helped me hit 100 subscribers. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you to you guys for helping me reach that goal. It really means a lot. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. I have chosen 32 villains out of all of Disney's movies. We will be putting villains head to head and we will see who's the reigning champion at the very end.
There can be only one.
Now this video will be done in two parts because there is entirely too many villains to fit this all in one video. So we'll narrow down the first batch of villains, and in my next video we'll narrow down the second batch of villains. Also, to keep this as fair as possible, I will be randomly picking names of who will be going up against each other. It'll be completely random. Few disclaimers I want to mention before we get started. I only grabbed from Disney movies. So no Pixar, DreamWorks, sorry.
How rude!
I know that some of them are associated with Disney, but that's gonna be for a different video. Second disclaimer, this is only animated movies. So yes, I'm very sorry, Sanders and Sisters. You are not eligible for this. Also, Sanders and Sisters, say hi.
Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction.
Hopefully they're putting a spell on you right now to please like and subscribe. Thanks.
Dance, dance, dance until you die!
And the last disclaimer that I have, these are only gonna be villains from movies that I have seen before. So if your favorite villain is not on here, I'm very, very sorry. It means that I probably haven't seen it. Also, if I did miss your favorite villain, please let me know in the comments. I'll try and watch them after that. All right, so without further ado, let's get the battle started.
Round one, fight.
All right, first villain, Yokai. All right, for those of you that don't know, Yokai is from Big Hero 6. Second villain we got, who's Yokai facing? Scar. Oh boy, no. I don't know if I like this matchup. All right, let's start with explaining Yokai. First things first, Yokai is a literal professor, so he's very, very smart. Scar is also pretty smart, and he's a pretty good manipulator as well. But he is also a lion. He's got some teeth. He can fight too if he really wants to. I know he is a little bit more on the lazy side, and he would rather have other people do his dirty work, but he'll clearly fight if he needs to. Yokai also has those like magnet thingies though, which I feel like he would outsmart Scar. Oh, this sucks. Please don't be mad at me, but I think Yokai's gonna win this one. Just going off the facts, like I don't think Scar's gonna be a match for his magnet things. Like they can literally create anything. And I just feel like Yokai is just a bit more powerful. Damn it, Scar, I really thought you were gonna make it a little bit further. Oh no, we're off to a rough start, aren't we? All right, yep. I'm sorry, Scar. Yokai wins this one.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Oh, this is a tough one. I thought Scar was gonna make it so far. First, eliminated. Scar. All right. Who do we got next? The Evil Queen. Honestly, if the Evil Queen were alive today, she would be a pick-me. She is entirely not girls support girls. All right, who is our Evil Queen going up against? Cruella de Vil. It's a decent matchup. One's willing to hurt her stepdaughter. One's willing to hurt animals. This is a good matchup. These two aren't really fighters. They send other people to do their dirty work for them. I don't think they actually fight in either of their movies. I would actually argue that these two villains are actually fairly similar. One is like a fashion icon and the other wants to be the fairest of them all. They both really care about their looks. They'll probably have a look battle. Who's the biggest narcissist in the room? I will say though, Cruella de Vil, if she has her car, she would run her down. And the Evil Queen would run up a cliff and corner herself. Think we just picked our winner. Nice job, Cruella. All right, who is our next villain matchup? Edgar Balthazar. Yeah, whoever goes up against him might not have to try that hard. Who's going up against the dirty butler?
That's what she said.
Gantu. That butler is... So Gantu is that big alien guy from Lilo and Stitch. Like, no offense, but Aristocats, your villain. I feel like this is a pretty easy winner, in my opinion. Edgar's just kind of a coward. And he gets taken down by house cats.
We were just
practicing biting and clawing.
I know the cats get a little bit of help from the farm animals, but still, farm animals beat Edgar and sent him to Timbuktu. And Gantu, man, he would crush Edgar. Just straight up, just put his hand down on him. That would be it. I don't even think Edgar could run away. Yeah, the winner is Edgar. I'm just kidding. It's Gantu. I mean, you probably knew I was joking, but I still had to do it anyway. Next villain, the rat from Lady and the Tramp. I want to start off by saying that this rat is super creepy looking and it's huge. I would run away. So good luck to whoever has to go against this rat. Commander Lyle Tiberius Rourke, also known as the bad guy from Atlantis. These mashups just are entirely not really that fair right now. At least he's a fighter, but there's no way. I mean, the dude from Atlantis is literally a commander. He probably knows how to fight. Also, those crystals literally make him a supervillain. Yeah, this is a pretty easy one too. Rourke, it's going to you, bud. Who's our next villain? Shan Yu. This one's a scary one. Complete bronze. Not much brain though. He knows how to lead an army, but this isn't necessarily about that. If they were in Street Fighter or something, he wouldn't get an army. Who's he battling up against? Ooh, this is Hades.
Name is Hades, Lord of the Dead. Hi, how you doing?
I will say Hades is one of those people that makes other people do his dirty work for him. Like if you want something done right, go do it yourself. He is also a literal god, but I feel like Shan Yu might get super annoyed with the fact that he won't shut up. To be fair though, I feel like Hades might be able to outsmart Shan Yu, but Shan Yu is just all... As much as I feel like Hades is like, wouldn't be able to fight him, I don't even think he necessarily needs to fight him though. Make him accidentally fall into the river of souls. I'm gonna give it to Hades. Sorry, Shan Yu, you definitely should have made it further than this, but your mashup was Hades, unfortunately. All right, what's the next battle? Madam Mim from The Sword in the Stone. Oh boy, anybody who goes up against her is gonna have a rough time. She's a literal wizard. It's pretty hard to beat that. She can turn into pretty much anything she wants. She's a bit psycho. She literally calls herself Mad Madam Mim. And who else can go toe-to-toe with Merlin? Like, let's be real. Depending on who she goes up against, somebody could possibly outsmart her, but it would have to be like someone real smart because she's also very smart. Who's going up against Madame Mim? Bellwether. This isn't a very even mashup now, is it?
Life's not fair.
Yeah, I don't think Bellwether would really be able to fight. She's a pretty good manipulator, but I feel like she's not on the same level as Madame Mim. I feel like Madame Mim would just walk all over Bellwether. She'd honestly probably run away from Madame Mim. Yeah, we're gonna give it to Madame Mim. Bellwether, you got no shot. I'm sorry. Well, almost there. Tamatoa. I feel like it'd be kind of hard to beat him. I feel like depending on who he gets mashed up against, somebody could outsmart him. Because he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch now, is he?
And she's covered in bioluminescent algae. Has a diversion.
It's gonna definitely depend on the villain that he gets mashed up with. Lady Tremaine. Absolutely not. Hopefully I didn't lose any. She is quite the and she's very manipulative and mean. I'm not sure if she would be able to outsmart Tamatoa. And also, I'm pretty positive Lady Tremaine is covered in shiny things. Yeah, we're gonna give it to Tamatoa. I don't think Lady Tremaine stands a chance.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Editing Stacey here. I had a bit of an oops moment. The next battle of villains, it either didn't record or it didn't save on my computer because I can't find it. So we're gonna redo it right here. So I'm gonna pretend like I picked it. We have Hook. All right, I need to take the headphones off. They look a little silly when I'm not gaming. So one of the advantages that Hook has is he's a fighter. He knows how to fight. You give him a sword, he'll f you up. I also think this is one of the only villains that actually kind of has a reason to not like the main character. I'd be pretty pissed too if somebody cut off my hand. Also, Peter Pan really takes advantage of the fact that he's afraid of that crocodile and clocks. Like, you almost feel bad for the guy. He's still a bit of a codfish.
I'm a codfish!
but he can fight. The person going up against Hook would probably have to be pretty powerful. I have no idea who Hook is going up against. Let's pretend like I'm picking for the first time. What's that? Look at, I got one, new one. It's Ursula. Now, Ursula, she's very cunning and manipulative. Unlucky for Hook, this is probably one of the villains that he wouldn't do super well against. I mean, she's a literal witch. I guess Hook could technically do what Eric did in the movie and just... But still, I feel like it would be not a very good battle for him because she's very powerful and she's also not afraid to cheat. No offense to Hook or anything, but Ursula is entirely way too smart. Yeah, Ursula's the winner. All right, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now it's time to narrow it down even more.
Round 2. Fight.
Next mashup, we got Yokai and Cruella de Vil. Yokai's just really powerful, especially with those magnets. That road rage though that Cruella de Vil's got, she might go right through those magnets. But it seems like Yokai is able to fight and he knows how to fight, whereas Cruella de Vil, she's just gonna road rage the whole time. She can't fight. She also makes her henchmen do it for her, so yeah, Yokai. Yokai, you win this one again. Next mashup we got Gantu and Rourke. I feel like Gantu is just so hard to beat. Rourke is pretty smart though. I feel like he'd probably struggle, but I feel like he could hold his own. And even though Gantu is like real big and probably like 10 times the size as Rourke, I still feel like Rourke wouldn't be afraid to fight him. I feel like Rourke also might be able to outsmart Gantu. I feel like he might be able to trick him. I'm not sure it would be enough though. Oh, this is a tough one. Maybe this is just my bias for Atlantis because I love that movie. Nah, I'm gonna give it to Gantu. I think Gantu deserves it. He'd probably win. As much as I feel like Rourke could hold his own, I feel like Gantu would just dominate a little bit more. Nice job, Gantu. Good job. And now we have Hades versus Madam Mim. Oh, this is a good mashup right here. They're a little bit more on the same playing field now. Whereas before, Hades had like a leg up. I do think that Hades might be one of those people that could outsmart Madam Mim, kind of like Merlin. Just because Hades is so cunning and smart that I feel like he might try and strike a deal with her. I feel like they would get along actually. Like I know that this is like fight to the death type of thing, but I feel like they would have a good time together.
We dance, we kiss, we schmooze, we carry on, we go home happy. What do you say? Come on.
I think that Hades would outsmart Madam Mim. And I feel like he would strike up a deal that looks really good in the moment. Ultimately, it would lead to Madam Mim's demise. I'm gonna give it to Hades. I don't even think there would be much fighting involved. I really just think that they would get along and Hades would outsmart Madam Mim. I just think that's how it would be. Almost our last final mashup. We got Tamatoa and Ursula. Ooh, that's a good mashup. They're both ocean animals. I mean, if we're going off of smarts, Ursula 100% would take Tamatoa. She would trick him and probably turn him into like a shrimp or a baby lobster or something. I just thought of something real dark and I feel like nope, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, fine, I'll say it. I feel like Ursula would turn him into a small lobster and make him dinner. I'm sorry for that, yeah. Ursula wins. Final 3 mashups of the day. We got Yokai and Gantu. Gantu wouldn't be afraid to fight him and stuff, but I feel like Yokai could outsmart him and he'd be able to use the magnets to like probably like tie him up or something. Gantu is like real big and real strong, but Yokai's got those magnets on his side, which is really making him a force to be reckoned with. Yokai would probably beat Gantu. Man, first one of the day and he's gonna make it to the final 2? Didn't think it was gonna happen, but here we are. Nice job, Yokai. Nice job. Ooh, this is a real good mashup right here. We have Hades and Ursula, the sea witch versus a god. These are both very, very, very smart villains. Both would probably try and strike a deal with each other. Both would probably be too smart to fall into the trap of the other. So this might have to go down to like a Smash Brothers battle or something. They both know each other's tricks already. There's just, what are you gonna do? And if it's coming down to like battling, Hades might just like give it to Ursula. I don't even think he'd want to try with this. Like, I gotta give it to Ursula. I know, I feel like Hades couldn't be bothered. That's just my opinion. Like, let's say Hades wasn't allowed to like do the tricks that he's allowed to do, like where Hercules like, you know, tries to grab him and goes right through him and stuff, and he's basically just a flame. Let's say he's not allowed to do that, and it's like the end of the movie when he gets punched in the face. So like you physically can hurt him. Still gonna give it to Ursula. He is also a literal god. I feel like she would win. I don't know why. I feel like she would win. Sorry, Hades, you put up a good fight, but to give it to Ursula. Final battle.
Final round. Fight.
Moment of silence for all of the villains that have been defeated. All right, moment's over. We have Yokai and Ursula, two very powerful beings. At this point, I actually feel like Yokai might not be able to beat Ursula because I think she has smarts and strength on her side. She could probably take him down. Like, yeah, it would be a good fight. It would be a good battle. But I think ultimately, I think Ursula would win. I know there wasn't a lot of like strategy or talking about who would win and like whatnot, but I just feel like Ursula. With that, Ursula is crowned the winner of the Disney Villain Battle Royale. And there you have it. Part 1 of our Disney Villain Battle Royale. Please let me know who your favorite villains are down in the comments below. Also, if you didn't see your favorite villain on here, Part 2 next week, I'll be covering the rest of the Disney villains. At least the ones that I know. Also, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. And with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!